everybody, and welcome to another 10 Amazing Facts video. This one is about penguins, and if you're new to my channel, my name is Mr. Amazing Facts, and I make Amazing Facts videos every single day. Maybe hit that notification bell so you never miss out on a video. There are 17 species of penguins, and all 17 species are found in the southern hemisphere. There are no penguins anywhere in the northern hemisphere. Most people probably already know the emperor penguin is the biggest penguin of them all. They stand about 4 feet tall. But did you know what's the smallest penguin? His name is Little Blue Penguin, and he's only a few inches in height. In fact, the Little Blue Penguin ranges from about 12 to 16 inches high, and they rarely get much taller than this. The fastest swimming penguin, meanwhile, is called the Gentoo penguin. They can swim up to 15 miles per hour. Most penguins do not swim even close to this fast. Most penguins swim around 5 to 7 miles per hour. The penguin's colourful black and white nature is there for a reason. The black blends in with the bottom of the ocean when they're swimming in the middle or bottom of the ocean, and the white blends in with the top of the ocean or the sky. This way they are protected. That's why their skin is black and white. Penguins are older than dinosaurs. Penguins existed 50 million years ago, so this means that a form of penguin survived the dinosaur extinction. Penguins tend to swallow a lot of seawater when hunting for fish, but they have a special gland in their eyes which filters out the salt in the salt water. The rest of it is filtered out through their beak or by sneezing. Penguins, unlike most birds, molt all of their feathers at the same time. They go through a 2 or 3 week period where all their feathers fall off. Most birds will lose a few feathers at a time. Rarely will they lose all of them, like a penguin. All but 2 of the 17 species of penguins like to be in large groups. All of these groups, bar the other 2, are up to 1,000 birds per group. Most penguins will take life mates, and they will mate with the same penguin year after year and will not leave this penguin. And similar to this, most penguins will return to the exact breeding ground where they were born year after year. They are very loyal to their homes. If a female emperor penguin dies, they will also usually kidnap an unrelated chick from another penguin. Despite their apparent lack of ears, penguins are actually excellent hearers and use their certain calls to find other penguins that are related to them. Because penguins are not used to any danger on solid ground, because very few animals hunt them on solid ground, they are not afraid of humans at all, and they will generally make good with humans. Most sea mammals rely on blubber to keep them warm. Penguins do not do this. Penguins have a special thing where they can trap heat under their feathers close to their skin. This is what keeps them warm, not the blubber. The original named penguins, which were actually a type of auk, are now extinct. They were named in the 16th century and are not related to the current penguins that we know today. We mentioned earlier that there was penguins around in the time of dinosaurs, and later. These penguins were commonly known as mega penguins. Scientists have found the bones of some of these penguins and estimate they stood over 6 feet tall and would weigh approximately 500 to 550 pounds each. In some species of penguins, especially the emperor penguins, the male will incubate the eggs while the female will go out to do the hunting for food. The male penguins will eat nothing while they're incubating the eggs. All the food will be saved for the chicks and the female penguins. Until the egg hatches, the male will not eat anything, even if he's starving. Penguins are carnivores. They will only really eat meat, although they will eat some sea vegetables. Meat, such as fish, squid, and even small shellfish on the rocks, make up most of their diet. Penguins will generally only dive 30 to 60 feet underwater. Some emperor penguins will dive up to 1,000 feet underwater, And there's one emperor penguin which is recorded at diving a whopping 6,000 feet underwater. Hey, if you're enjoying my video, maybe drop a like, subscribe or share. It's much appreciated, thank you. The world's oldest living penguin at the moment is 41 years old and lives in a wildlife park in England. Penguins which are in captivity generally live about 40 to 45 years old, so this is a very old penguin. Wild penguins do not live this long. Wild penguins live only about 20 to 26 years. Obviously it's fairly well known that penguins can't fly, but this doesn't mean they can't jump very high. They can jump quite large gaps. Some penguins can jump up to 9 feet high and can jump around 10 feet in length. The size of the penguin will of course depend how far it can jump and how high it can jump. Emperor penguins, the biggest penguin, can usually only jump about 2 or 3 feet high, but the smaller penguins can make a 9-foot high jump. Penguins can jump this high because they rely on air bubbles. This is much the same way ships travel through the ocean. They rely on the air bubbles to do so. There exists in New Zealand a yellow-eyed penguin. Unfortunately, this penguin only has about 4,000 units left. It is nearing extinction. It is generally accepted that commercial fish trawlers are to do with this. They accidentally kill the penguins or catch them in the nets. Scientists use satellites above the southern hemisphere to see how many penguins are currently alive. The last such measurement came in about 2016, when there was almost 500,000 penguins alive at that time. Scientists actually argue how many penguin species exist. Some say there are 17 different species, other scientists say there's 20 different species. This argument exists because 3 species look quite similar to each other, so scientists tend to disagree, are they separate species or not. Penguins don't actually have teeth. Instead, fleshy spines inside their mouth help to swallow the fish. They swallow the fish whole, they don't chew it. We were saying earlier that the male penguins like to stay with the eggs while the females hunt. Well, because of this, the females like to pick chubbier males, because the chubbier males do not have to eat as frequently because they have extra body fat stored already. Penguins have a special oil in their body that they secrete that actually makes them waterproof. Yes, penguins, a bird that lives in the water most of the time, is waterproof. The average penguin spends about 80% of his time at sea. When at sea, a group of penguins is called a raft. While most birds have slightly hollow bones, this makes it easy to fly. Penguins have very dense bones. This makes it easier to dive in the water. Seals, sea lions, sharks and whales are the penguin's main threat. These big mammals and fish feed on penguins. That is what we were saying earlier. It's why they feel safer on land with humans, because none of these threats live on the land. Well folks, that was some amazing facts about penguins. We hope you really enjoyed this penguin fact video, and we will have another amazing fact video for you tomorrow. Tomorrow's amazing fact video is going to be an interesting one. It's going to be about some of the biggest, largest, strangest and similar bridges in the world. Yes, we're doing a video about the strangest, biggest bridges in the world tomorrow. Until then, this is Mr. Amazing Facts saying goodbye, and I hope you have an amazing day. forget to tune in for tomorrow's video, which once again is about bridges.